All right, gentlemen. This is a week. Oh, look at you.
Yep.
Tats.
Yeah, moving to the leg now.
Move it to the leg. How did it feel on the kneecap there?
It did not tickle.
I can tell you that.
Yeah, this... I literally stopped going, where's that? Because that's going to be the question everyone asks. What sucked the most? That eyeball right there.
Oh, yeah?
And it was that guy.
Right on your lateral side of your patella there?
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
yeah. Supposedly it's supposed to be the inside.
Okay.
The medial? Is that the medial?
Yeah,
the inside?
medial.
Yeah,
That's correct.
no, that one was okay. That one, I literally mid-sentence, wow, where's that?
Yep.
Looks like you might have been just nailing your patella tendon. That's not, that's
For me, it's been here. It was here. The flames on this bone next to my neck and my shoulder. That was not pleasant at all.
For the most part, it's around the joint and not necessarily directly on it.
I've yet to actually get one yet. So
I was gonna say, where do your tattoos hurt, Ian?
not really. I'm pretty good. I don't really have a lot of pain like with my tattoos. Maybe one day. I don't know. I've thought about it, but I don't know. I don't know what the hell to put on me.
If you
I have a couple ideas.
Yeah.
Let me pick something up for you. Ever seen that show?
I would rather fucking die.
Okay, hold on.
You pick my tattoo.
Before we get into
I might let Ed pick my tattoo.
Welcome to the Sofa Kingdom podcast, where we plan on picking Ian's tattoo.
No, we don't. No.
I think we should vote on it.
Yeah, just like the Ian gets a dog episode. Still don't have a fucking dog. So you can say whatever the hell you want.
And you know what? Still hasn't watched Firefly.
No, still hasn't. I am, however, watching Disney Plus. I'm still not paying for it. But X-Men 97 has pulled me into Disney Plus.
Okay, now, X-Men 97. Did you get to episode 5?
Yeah, I'm all caught up. Episode 6.
Me too.
Yeah.
Episode 5 was fucking wild.
X-Men 97 is the best thing Marvel has done since Endgame.
I
It
agree.
is just as good as the Spider-Man movie. Spider-Man nostalgia aside. I mean, this is the reason to get Disney Plus. It's the reason to get it. I mean, it's a love letter to any kid that watched X-Men growing up in the 90s.
I think they're killing it. And even, let's say they did like a movie, like word for word, verbatim, what they did in the cartoon, I would watch it.
Well, and I watched this show. I watched this show and I go, why the fuck isn't Disney putting the Marvel money towards things like this?
Yep.
Yeah.
Why are they making shitty movies?
And they're silently, not promoting it. Like, which is what blows my mind, because
it's not woke.
It's so fucking good.
Even though they have like a subplot, like with Morph having a gay love toward Logan.
Yeah.
Even though like Morph is gender fluid. Even though they took away all Rogue's curves and they made Storm super aggressive with her haircut.
Yep.
Nevertheless, I still love all of it.
Yes.
I don't hate any of it. I'm in love with the entire thing.
At first, I thought, and spoiler alert, at first I thought that creature was the Shadow King that came back.
Oh, yeah. The adversary.
Yeah, because the Shadow King has been one of Storm's biggest adversaries.
Well,
I believe he was like...
Spoiler alert, they're going heavy on Mr. Sinister this series.
Fuck yeah.
He is like the dick of all dicks. Like, he is just like...
Well, he was
behind everything.
He was always the guy behind everything.
Yeah.
I mean, he's always pulling the strings somewhere.
He's kind of like that Fox News anchor that got fired.
God, Riley.
Riley.
Auto parts. No, we're not sponsored by them. It's so good.
You're
It's so
looking
good.
for someone.
Like the last episode when Xavier, like, did you see the last episode?
God, yes,
Class
I
is
did.
now in session. Like they can't do anything. He has their minds trapped. Like teleports an apple into the girl's mouth. Like she won't stop talking. I'm like, bro.
He went
Xavier,
super
like
hard.
he let everybody know I'm still one of the most powerful psychics in existence.
He's like, bitches, what you
And
did
Gladiator?
you call me like a half breed?
fucking Gladiator.
Gladiator was a
Bro,
beast.
he was like Superman with a mohawk. Like I'm like as soon as he showed up, I'm like, no, they can't fight him.
Yes.
Like they cannot fight
He
Gladiator.
was the most stoic motherfucker on the battlefield.
I'm like Gladiator went punch for punch with Thor. I was like, none of these motherfuckers standing here can handle him. None of them
He
can.
was just standing there, like eating the bullets. Like,
Bro, they start firing his ray
everyone.
guns. He just teleports in front of them and he's just eating them. Like
ding,
they're
ding, ding. And
hitting
then
him in the face. He's like, no, you're not
he
gonna
looked
hurt.
back at one point, like to his apprentice. He's like, turkey on rye.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. Bang! Knock all these motherfuckers off the platform.
But in Marvel Comics, once you get off Earth, the power curve is ridiculous.
Yes.
I mean, Earth is plentiful for having the amount and varied amount of ways to get to superpowers, but none of them are particularly strong versus the outside forces until you get to like the next generation where you get to
because it's bloodline.
You see
until
that
you get to Legion, until you get to Cyclops' son, and then you get to like those people end up being Franklin Richards. Those are broken.
It's that proverb thing. It's like they say, like you may be tough in your hometown, but like in the country, you're not so tough.
Yeah.
In the world, you're not so tough, and that's like what happens when you leave the planet.
Big
it's
fish,
like, all right,
small pond.
the universe has its own set of heroes and villains.
True.
And I don't know. Like I think it was really
Like
apparent when the Celestial showed up. Like and like you can just see it taking up the whole sky, and it's like Hawkeye, go sit down. You and your bow, go sit over there, and take fucking Black Widow with you.
No,
you guys ain't doing shit.
I've got a bow for this. I'll be right back. A USB flash port.
Yeah. Well, no, nobody. Like Spider-Man, go sit down.
The
Like,
USB arrow is the best.
He's not gonna Jeff Goldblum this shit, okay?
It's like punching glove arrow.
when you start getting to like Galactus and shit, it's like, okay, this guy eats worlds.
It's true.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Just because you shoot rays out of your eyes don't mean dick. Like
Exactly.
you're not gonna hurt that guy.
But to be fair, the X-Men did square up against the fucking Shi'ar army.
Yeah.
They did fight Gladiator.
Didn't they have like Phoenix Gene with them?
Okay.
All right.
To be fair,
She blows up planets too.
They may have had Phoenix Gene.
They
on
might
their
have had a
side.
cosmic power too.
Yeah, I'll say you got Dragon Ball Z levels of power with you. Hey,
But you got to give it to Wolverine. The motherfucker's always ready to scrap.
Always.
He don't give a flying fuck.
Bro, I saw some stupid post the other day online. It was like they had like Baki from Baki anime. They had like Captain America, blah blah. They had all these guys like martial arts dudes, Ryu from Street Fighter, a Jin from Tekken, and then the other guy in the tournament. They said these guys are all dropped off in a room. Who walks out? And like the last guy that they put in the room was fucking Wolverine.
Yeah.
I was like, none of these people can hurt Wolverine. Like it doesn't matter how much cardio you have, you cannot no matter how much karate you do,
Yeah.
you cannot punch through his adamantium skeleton.
This is correct.
And you, even if you could punch through his skin, you cannot beat his healing factor.
Right.
Yeah.
I was like, if you put them in that room, Weapon X is walking out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
If you Dazzleem and you throw a punch from across the room, you have one less arm.
Yeah.
We've
Captain America can throw his shield as hard as he wants. It's not going to crack Wolverine's skull.
Yep.
He is unkillable by everyone in this scenario.
we have run this experiment. It's in Old Man Logan. He kills all of the X-Men.
Yeah.
He kills the Hulk's retarded family.
Because it's
No.
Outlast.
Mysterio. It's Mysterio. I think it was like 2 or 3 psychics. I'd have to go back. It's been a couple years. 2 or 3 psychics manipulate him. So he sees the villains attacking the house, and it's not the villains attacking the house.
Yeah.
And it's him actually attacking the other X-Men. He fucking tears through all of them. They got no chance.
Yeah.
Some people just don't, like, they're fans. I get it, you're fans.
Yeah.
But, like, the one guy's argument was like, oh, well, Baki can kick a building down. I'm like, shut the fuck up. They don't make the building out of adamantium. Like, just shut up. Just shut up. Like, I don't know.
Does the building attack back?
I
Is
get
the
it.
better
I
question.
get it. It's fantasy. I get it. Blah, blah, blah. But no, come on.
Yeah, Baki my balls, bro.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm a huge Baki fan.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you straight up, he ain't beating Wolverine.
No,
he's
no,
not.
no.
And he's not even beating Captain America.
Yeah.
He's not.
No.
Like, in no world he does that. I don't know.
So fucking good.
Has anyone seen any good trailers lately?
I have not, but I was gonna get into.
I did.
Go for your trailer before I get into it.
M. Night Shyamalan has a new movie coming out with Josh Hartnett. I saw Josh Hartnett again. I was like, holy shit! Like he's still alive.
Is he a
He's
comedian?
gained some weight. He's like Dad
that
Josh
the
Hartnett
comedian?
now. He was an actor like in the 90s. He was a heartthrob. He was in that movie The Faculty.
Yes.
He played the kid that was selling drugs in the pens that ended up killing the aliens.
He did a lot of movies, then he kind of disappeared for a little
He
bit.
fell off. He
I
was
think
like
he was in a military
Oh, yeah,
movie,
yeah,
or he was
yeah.
a pilot.
Okay.
That was like the last big thing, and then he just
showed up in Sin City, but all he played was like a hitman in the beginning.
He was in
shot
Oppenheimer.
yes.
He was.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
He
yeah.
was. But he plays like little roles now.
Okay.
He's in M. Night Shyamalan's new movie. It's called Trap.
Right.
And it's like this concert that he's a dad. He's taking his young daughter, to this concert. It's supposed to be like a Rihanna, Taylor Swift type.
Oh, I think I've seen this.
Her name's Raven or something. He takes her to the concert. She's like, "Oh my god, I love you, Dad." Blah blah. I got you such good seats. And like he's like, "All right, I'm gonna go to the concession stand." He goes to the concession stand, leaves his daughter there, and he sees like, what the fuck? There's like cops like everywhere. The whole outside of the building is like blocked off by police. There's like all these cops inside. There's security cameras everywhere. So he calls a guy from the concession stand over. He's like, "Hey man, what's up?" Hi. Introduces himself. He's like, "Hey man, what's going on here? Why is all the police there?" He's like, "Hey man, I'm not supposed to tell." He's like, "All right, fine. You won't rat me out. Fine, I'll tell you." He goes, you know that fucking like that serial killer, the butcher, that dude that's been cutting people up all over the town. And he's like, yeah, he's like, he's here tonight. He's at the concert. Like the police know he's here somewhere in the concert, and they've got the building locked down. And he's just like, oh shit, okay, really? And he goes to the bathroom. He sits in the bathroom and he gets on his phone and he unlocks like his phone, and all of a sudden it's this video of this fucking Asian guy tied up, like screaming, like, "Sir, let me out!" He's the fucking butcher. No. Josh Hartnett is the butcher. He brought his daughter to this concert. Now he's like, how am I going to get out of this fucking concert? Like, and not get caught. The twist. M. Night Shyamalan made a movie where the twist is already said at the beginning.
The twist isn't, you know, the big, oh,
and you cannot root for Josh Hartnett because he has a man tied up in his house that he is torturing, that he needs to get home and murder.
Or can you?
Well, if you're that type of guy, you can root for him.
Or can you? Listen, people root for Jason and Freddy Krueger to win these days. Okay?
By the third and fourth movies, yes. And
right.
That's
right. That's the society.
They start going to the movie like, how's he gonna kill him this time? It's like, that's dark.
When motherfuckers are like, you know what? I wouldn't mind the purge in my neighborhood.
Yeah, listen,
there's those motherfuckers.
I'm watching this movie to watch teenagers have sex and then be murdered by a man wearing a fucking hockey mask. Like, that's all right.
I just binged all of Fallout, so that is essentially where all that ends to. I mean,
Fallout was fantastic.
I enjoyed it from beginning to end.
I have not watched it yet.
Between Fallout and The Last of Us, like, that is how you make fucking video game things. Like, watch the shit. Do it for the fans, and don't fuck it up. Don't do Halo. Don't, and like The Witcher. I'll even count The Witcher as a fan.
Yes.
Don't do that. Don't take productive and creative thing. Don't put your views in it. Just create it. Fallout, I think was perfect.
But not
Fallout was the best video game adaptation I've ever seen.
They made it fit.
Yeah, but not The Witcher. The first 3 seasons. You talk about like The Witcher.
I'm talking about the
spinoff.
I'm talking about The Witcher spinoff. That's nothing. That never happened.
The Witcher spinoff.
No.
The Witcher. You've watched it 3 times.
No, The Witcher spinoff never happened.
I have a shirt about the spinoff.
No, Blood Origin. No,
Blood Origin. Yes, I have underwears that say Blood Origin.
No, you don't. No, you fucking don't. I'd rather watch Andor twice, all of it, than watch The Witcher Blood Origin. Yes, that was the worst thing I've ever seen.
Shit.
It was the worst thing ever made. It was the worst thing ever made. But anyway,
that's near like Japanese fingernail torture to watch.
Listen, I enjoyed the first 2 seasons of The Witcher, but when I heard what they were doing and what they were trying to do, that's not what you do.
Yeah.
And now I heard there's already some trouble with Warhammer. I've heard there's some trouble brewing with Warhammer.
Oh.
So, but I don't think Henry will allow them to fuck it up. I don't believe he'll let that happen twice.
Yeah, he seems like he's got a handle on dealing with Netflix people. So it's
Prime did Fallout, and Prime is doing Warhammer. So I have faith. Yeah. I do have faith, and like Prime is nailing Invincible. Yeah. I can't wait for the next thing of Invincible.
Okay.
The next thing of Invincible is when Alan and Omni-Man and Battle Beast break out of the Viltrumite prison. That's going to be insane.
Nasty. Now,
because Battle Beast, we don't know about him yet. Well, we saw him in the first season, where he fucked up Invincible easily, and then left. Battle Beast lives for conquest. Like he is just like, I'm not doing anything unless it's going to possibly kill me. Like I love challenge. That's all I do. Like,
Invincible, exactly what I was going to talk about since we were talking about cartoons. Like, Invincible is fucking good.
It is.
It is nailing it on every aspect.
I mean, I loved Fallout, but Invincible might be the best thing on Amazon Prime now. It might be. It might be.
It's definitely up there.
And I love Fallout. I love it.
It's in my top 5 for Amazon stuff because Invincible, I'd probably say is 2. I really still like The Boys.
Yeah.
The Boys is my number 1. Invincible is number 2.
Okay, so
I haven't watched Fallout yet.
It's worth it.
I need to watch it.
It's worth it. Especially if you played the games, it's worth it.
But then I go into the Rings of Power.
Fallout 4
like the Rings of Power.
Fallout 4 is in like the top 5 selling games right now, and it's because of this goddamn show.
I know.
People are
Steam dropped it for like $5, and they were like, all right, here.
They're like, take it, people.
That's
go with
it. Yeah, on launch day, when they dropped Fallout, they did a sale where it was 1, 2, 3, and 4 for like $20, like Game of the Year editions.
I was thinking of getting the Game of the Year edition, just download it on PSN, because I was like, whatever, dive back in.
I mean, I picked them up for like $2 a piece over the holidays.
I picked up Skyrim last year and platinumed it again. I was like, what am I doing? What is wrong with me? I was like, why am I doing this to myself again?
But they're doing next gen updates for Fallout 4 coming out like in the next couple of days. Like they got a whole bunch of stuff lined up, and there's a massive a mod that's essentially a full game, Fallout London, that's coming out for Fallout 4 as well.
Where you're a werewolf the whole time?
Sure, why not?
See what I did there?
I wouldn't be surprised
Good movie. Good movie.
if they add little things like that because it's they're doing it in London, so it's the first time Fallout's outside of America. But being it is a mod and it's outside people working on it, they do have a little bit. I mean, they're keeping up with what it is, but it being in London allows them to add something a little more from their culture and their history into it.
Wouldn't that be a cool way to do real world building, right? Like, let's say you take Skyrim and you focus the first game on, like, let's say New York.
Yep.
They do kind of do that.
And then you add, you keep New York, what you've done there, and then you just open up LA.
Well,
they've done that.
They do that with the Elder Scrolls games. Like Elder Scrolls 1 and 2, I forget where they were.
Yeah.
But like Elder Scrolls 3, like it was Morrowind. It was in one specific part. It was the home of the Dark Elves.
Right.
And then Elder Scrolls 4, Oblivion, was in the Imperial home capital. And now this one is Elder Scrolls Skyrim, which was the Nords. And the next one, they don't know. We don't know where we're going to drop it.
They do have a world map.
Do the Puerto Ricans.
And they're filling in
Skyrim.
They're filling in bits of
the wepas, the chupacabras.
No, like the Red Guards. I don't know. We can factor you guys in with it. I don't know. It's kind of like Hispanics, blacks, and Arabs are all Red Guards. I'm sorry, man. You tell me where you guys are. Are you Argonian? Are you fucking lizard? Are you Khajiit?
We're not the lizard people. We're not the Khajiit. We're not the Khajiits.
Nah.
Those are Indians, clearly. They're Khajiits.
Wow.
Khajiits?
No.
Come on,
no.
listen. Have you seen Johnny Quest?
No.
What's his name? Is his name Khajiit?
Haji, not Khajiit.
I was thinking they were making fun of gypsies, but
yeah, they were kind of attacking gypsies. They live in caravans, and in every game, the Khajiit are mistreated.
Yeah,
every game.
And the reason is because when you call the call center, they pick up and they don't know how to fix your computer.
Listen, I've never called a fucking call center and heard, "This is Gisargo." God damn it! How did I call the Mages Guild? I did not call the Mages Guild. Welcome to AT&T.
Welcome to.
I guess they do sound kind of Spanish. Wow.
They don't. No. Again.
Gisargo.
They definitely sound like they come from India.
No. I did not say Gisargo. I did.
Come on, it's very similar.
Not similar.
Listen, if you called my people, they're gonna pick up the phone like, "¿Qué pasa? Hey, huepa." They're gonna hit you with
What's wrong with your service, Holmes?
Hey,
no,
exactly.
No.
Yeah, man.
It's very
they're gonna
different.
hit you with some hardcore cholo shit. They're gonna walk out with their.
I would rather.
I would
much rather Puerto Ricans work at AT&T. I would much rather talk to them.
Bro, their maids robe.
They're easier to understand. Have you tried disconnecting and unconnecting it again? No, I haven't.
It's just gonna be one button up, done with the mage robe like hanging out open to the side.
I fucking hate AT&T,
bro.
I only have AT&T because it's covered in my rental thing. That's the only reason I have it. I don't even touch it. I don't give a shit about it. So,
fuck, man. All right. So, the other trailer that we had seen was a fake trailer. Well, that I had seen, but it got millions and millions of views.
Yeah,
and it was Henry Cavill and the girl that plays Harley Quinn.
Oh my god, she's hot as shit.
She was also with Leonardo DiCaprio.
She's in Barbie too.
Oh, Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie.
Yeah. Margot Robbie.
They did a fake trailer that did so well that the studios are like, maybe we should do this 007 Margot Robbie with Henry Cavill.
Well, they don't know who they're going to go in the direction with 007. Like that's still up in the air. I've heard everyone from Cillian Murphy to Idris Elba.
Part of the issue with 007 is usually whoever is playing 007
gets locked in.
They're stuck, not able to do anything else for.
And you can't do that to Henry.
Several years.
Yeah.
It just the production schedule and the way it works. They lock you out of everything, so you're just theirs until they're done.
I'm for Idris Elba. When I heard there was going to be a black 007, I was let's do it. Let's
he could definitely sell it. He could definitely sell it. Like if Denzel was younger, it would be Denzel.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Denzel doing
they're
it.
supposed to be British or at least Scottish. They're
Right.
supposed to
And
be.
Isn't he legitimately
Who?
British? Idris Elba?
Idris Elba is.
Yeah.
And Idris Elba's a legit badass. He took a Muay Thai fight. He
Yeah.
legitimately trained, moved to Thailand, took the fight, won the goddamn fight. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
that dude can do anything. I don't care. Like he's
That's what's up.
He's set. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know who else they could. Denzel definitely not. He's about as British as you are. There ain't no way. I like Denzel. I like Denzel.
0.000000001% British.
I know you say how big of a melting pot Puerto Rico is, but I'm telling you right now,
well,
you ain't British,
listen,
brother.
those motherfuckers were colonizing everywhere. So
They did.
Let's be
The British
real.
were the first ones to do it. They set the mark for like how you go around and that's fucking colonized everywhere.
There's legitimately a saying. I
Hong
believe
Kong.
the red coats are coming.
Yeah.
Yes. No. The British had to give back Hong Kong. How the fuck did you get Hong Kong?
I don't know.
They're nowhere near They're nowhere near England.
It's greediness.
They showed up. They said, "Oh, this looks nice."
Yeah, they did
People have nice tea.
Yeah.
a lot of traveling. They did a lot of
That's
traveling.
a good way to put it.
Okay, and let's talk about this, people. How do you still have a queen?
Well, they don't anymore. You know. Oh.
Oh, wait a
And
second.
Betty White died after her. Another win for America. That's 2-0.
I like
Pussies.
the Brits. They gave us Austin Powers, Doctor Who,
Oh my God.
The other Doctor Who.
I don't mind the Brits either. I went to 2 pool parties yesterday.
Those are our closest allies,
well,
sir.
Japan probably. We buy all their shit.
The British. I mean,
The British still
the
kind of
UK,
have a grudge, bro.
The Europeans,
The
and
British
the
still
Americans,
kind of have a grudge.
But that's kind of our thing.
They,
We hold grudges. That's kind of our thing, is it not?
Every time there's a school shooting, they're just reading the paper like, no, this would never happen.
Bro,
Yeah.
did you just signal for crumpets? Did you just ask?
With their crooked teeth.
You bastard.
Listen, I was at 2 pool parties yesterday. Right? I had a great day. And at the second pool party I went to, my friend Emma, I think you guys have met her. Her boyfriend Matt is straight English as shit. I
Right.
mean, real nice guy. But he's cooking all day. And this guy, he's just like, it was just funny to talk to him because he's fucking so British.
Right.
He's like, I told Emma to clean the table, and I looked at the table. It's still, you did bollocks. You did. I'm like, and I'm just looking at this guy. I'm like, oh, you're the most charming motherfucker I've ever met in my life. There's just
Like,
something
let
so
me buy you something.
Yeah.
Let me buy you
Like,
something.
I almost feel bad for whooping their ass in
Yeah.
1776. You know? But they
He said he knew the score.
you're goddamn right. I always feel bad for fucking
1700 to 3. I didn't. No,
Listen,
look, they tried.
it's not it's not our fault we kicked their ass.
Yeah,
It's
right,
not.
right.
I mean,
No.
when you try to fight a guerrilla warfare and your outfit is bright red with a fucking X on it,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
Hey, give us the target. It's
yeah.
right there.
And then they tried to say we were dishonorable because we popped up from behind shit and shot them and then hid. No, we're not going to stand there in front of you
They
and
should've-
shoot you.
Imagine if they went to Vietnam, what they would have said.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, they just said terrible shit. Well, the only reason we went to Vietnam is because the French were getting their ass
I
kicked.
know,
And
I
the
know.
French fucking suck. They haven't won a war since Musketeers. I mean,
Thanks
Jesus.
a lot. Thanks a lot, France.
Oh, yeah, you guys are doing nothing. I mean, you guys got
God.
nice wine and shit, but
Yeah.
fuck, like, you guys can't fight
Listen,
anymore.
The French,
cheese
they,
stinks.
they retired their franchise with Napoleon.
Yeah. No, yeah. You're right. Actually, I retract my statement. It wasn't the Musketeers. They haven't won shit since Napoleon.
Yeah, and you know what's fucked up? They made us take Joaquin Phoenix, one of the best American actors, and put him in a movie just to trash talk him.
Yeah.
Right? That's
Yeah.
fucked up. Napoleon. Did you see it?
Still
by the
had
way?
not seen it because that was the
Me neither.
reviews.
Me neither.
I still haven't seen it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, and
They say it's 2.5 hours, and when critics are telling me that it's too long, I learned my fucking lesson with that Leonardo DiCaprio movie and Robert De
Yeah.
Niro.
Yeah.
Killers Under the Flower Moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad.
You need to stop making movies, Scorsese. I hate to say this. You're one of the greatest American filmmakers ever, but your last 2 fucking movies have been too goddamn long.
Yeah.
The Irishman and Killers on the Flower Moon, if you put them together, it's like fucking 6-7 hours.
Jeez.
Stop making movies that long.
Yeah. Or
Killers on the Flower Moon was depressing.
But
It was
he-
fucking depressing.
He spends
I was
way
like,
too
dude.
much time trash talking Marvel Cinematic Universe,
Yeah.
and not enough time in the
Yeah.
in the chopping board with his
Yeah,
movies.
exactly. At least if you're gonna talk bad about Marvel and the superhero movies, make a good fucking movie.
Yeah.
Need a
I
better
agree.
editor.
Yeah.
I agree.
Godzilla -1 did a good job. They didn't talk shit on Marvel, but they made a movie that wasn't a superhero movie
Yeah.
that I
And
could
they
watch.
did
And everybody's praised it.
Dune Part 2. Best science fiction movie I've seen in
Yeah.
10 years. Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
High praise.
And
Yeah.
Rebel Moon Part 2 came out. And
you
I'm
watch
not going
it?
to. Fuck no. Rebel Moon Part 1 sucked asshole. I will never watch it.
I'm gonna watch it.
They can release the Snyder cut. You can Snyder cut these
That's
nuts.
exactly-
I am not fucking.
Yeah.
I am not watching.
Well,
it.
that's exactly what I'm gonna go in and watch. I'm gonna go in and watch.
And
the
please
Snyder's
don't call
Cut.
the episode Snyder cut these nuts. That's not. You know.
Why would I do that? Snyder
no.
cut.
What the
these
fuck are you going to use as the
nuts.
thumbnail?
Edward Snyder cut these
What
nuts.
are you going to use as the thumbnail?
A knife, a Bowie knife, a Bowie knife. Snyder cut these
Snyder
nuts.
cut these nuts. All right. Okay.
Or maybe a pair of those scissors that you can't hurt yourself with.
I mean, Maybe. Safety scissors. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, he turned Justice League into something watchable. Maybe he could do Rebel Moon. It's just Rebel Moon.
You can make it that
Man.
long and still be interesting. Because you do what TV shows. I watched 9 hours of Fallout in the last 2.5 days.
But it was good.
And at the end, I'm like, give me more. I want another episode.
Oh.
I want more of this story.
It was good.
What it was supposed to be when you make an adaptation.
It's the best thing Walter Goggins ever did. Is the Ghoul?
Oh,
it's the
he's
best
fucking fantastic.
thing
He's
ever.
fantastic.
Yes.
And it's like on the other end of it, I really wanted to love Halo, and I can't get past episode 3, season 2.
watching the
Listen, I
just can't do it anymore.
yeah.
My soul cannot take any more of this fucking guy.
I couldn't
don't.
get past episode 1 of season 1. So
No, it opened up strong. It opened up strong.
Yeah, sure it
Spartans
did.
are jumping into the village. They're
Looks
saving
great.
motherfuckers.
Super
Yeah.
good.
Snipers.
Thanks,
it
Mud.
was,
Listen, I'm glad I didn't bother investing my time because it ain't shit at the end.
Yeah, and that's
now-
why I feel bad. I feel bad for Halo fans because it had such a following. It's
They've
one of the
been
biggest video
getting
game franchises ever.
kicked in the teeth for the last couple of years anyway because the games have all been doing terribly also.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
sucks. It sucks to watch an LP fall apart like that. It's like World at War. It's not World at War. Call of Duty. It's like
Yeah.
after like you've done the formula so many times, it's like Madden. Like you
Yeah.
just can't like
Yeah.
unless you
It's
change
not
it up.
sustainable. It's
you
not
can't.
sustainable.
Yeah, if you're not refining it more or bringing something new to it, you're just kicking out the same product you did the year. I mean, look how many years in a row they did that with FIFA. They updated the roster, did nothing to the graphics, did nothing to the gameplay, kicked it back out to everybody like, well, this is what you wanted because we got the IP.
Yeah.
You can't go anywhere else. You're
Yeah.
not allowed to make another soccer game.
And sometimes change is a bad thing because like
Yeah.
in the instance of like Final Fantasy, like dude, they haven't made a
Too
good
much changes shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You change. You take like you got 10 to 12 games that are just beloved.
Yeah.
Everybody loves them. The system works. They sell well every time they come out, and then you change it.
Yeah.
And then now 13. I mean, fuck. 11 was online, massive online, so no one gives a shit about that.
Yep.
12 was good. The battle system was different, but it was good.
The 11 online, I believe, if
13 blew ass.
If I'm remembering this
13-2
correctly,
blew ass.
it was so bad they took it down, rebuilt it, and relaunched as almost like in a whole different game.
Yeah. It's like, and 14 was online. 15 blew ass. 16 was really beautiful to look at, but the battle system was boring as fuck.
Right.
I'm just hitting X and going, I could be doing other things right
Yeah.
now. Like,
That's exactly what happened to me with Diablo.
oh,
Like,
yeah.
I couldn't stand, like, after a while, I'm like, I'm just button mashing.
yeah.
And walking in circles.
And not enjoying it as much as you
I
should.
was not
Yeah.
having fun with the
For
game.
me, they had so much of the content behind the end game where I'm like, I already got all the story. I'm here for the story as much as I am for the game.
Yeah.
I beat the story. The only thing that's left to do now is just kill enemies over and over and over again
To
on the
level
same
up.
map.
Stupid.
I'm like, there's nothing here. Oh, and I can't use the guy I started the game with for the first season.
Yeah, you're going to delete my
Right.
character? Yeah,
Yeah.
go fuck
I'm
yourself.
done. Goodbye.
Yeah, no
I
thanks.
got other things to do.
A couple of big mistakes, yeah, because I went into that game like, all right, I'm really gonna enjoy this, and it just felt far too monotonous. I'm
Yeah.
like, this is so boring. I'd rather watch Halo on Amazon Prime.
I got a couple nightmare tears up into the game, and then it just at that point it really was like there's nothing left of the story for me to do.
Yeah.
Like you forcing me to have to beat the game campaign wise to do all of the other things I wanted to do instead. It took the game away from me. There was
I mean,
nothing else to even see.
A game that's supposedly doing really well right now is the Final Fantasy VII Remake and the
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, but I will not play it because I played Final Fantasy VII.
Right.
I played it back in 1996 when
Yeah.
I was a kid, and I loved it.
Yeah.
Fucking loved it. And I have no reason to revisit it as an action RPG that's beautiful, especially when I've been hearing things like, oh, none of the side missions and mini games are optional. I'm like, fuck you. You're not forcing me to play mini games. No, you will not. You will not do it.
Yeah.
So
Especially when you're going back into a game you've already beaten.
no,
So like you just want to go back.
Supposedly
in there
they
and play it.
added stuff and there's different storylines, but listen, it was a beautiful story then. I loved it. It's one of my favorite childhood games. I'm glad it's doing well, and the next generation is getting a more expanded thing, but it's just not for me. I did it.
Yeah.
I'm done. If you remaster Final Fantasy VII and make it look good, but have the same,
Yeah.
I'll play it.
Yeah.
I'll fucking
It's
play
kind
it.
of like the Goonies, right? You watched it as a kid. It was beloved as a kid.
Weird seeing Thanos now.
But if you go back now and watch the Goonies,
yeah.
really irresponsible to find a giant inbred
not as
monster
good.
in the basement,
Like I
and then
said-
ask him to live with you.
I watched.
Like at the end of the
Sloth.
movie, you're gonna live with me now. No, the fuck you're not. He's from a family of criminals, and he was tied to a chair most of
Yeah.
his life.
Yep.
No, we're not gonna go through a
He has-
month's supply of Baby Ruth.
He has the
Fuck
brain
that.
capacity of a 12-year-old squirrel.
He's got-
you don't bring him
He has
home.
a watermelon head and pig ears. Baby Ruth? No, the fuck you're not living with me.
Imagine if you run out of Baby Ruths in that house.
No, you know what you do? You know what you do? You lay a Baby Ruth on the lawn and you of mice and men his
Yeah.
ass. Look at the flowers, Sloth. Look at the flowers. That's what you fucking do.
Yeah, you take him to the edge of the hill like the 300. Like, you
Yeah.
are not a Spartan.
That's what you do. You of mice
And you
and men
push
his
that
ass.
bitch.
That's the only thing you can do.
Yeah, I agree.
Very irresponsible to have him
Fallout
live
1
there.
and 2 are games I want to see remade because they're the old isometric point and click style game.
Really hard to
And-
get back into.
It is super.
Almost impossible.
I put on number 1 because I hadn't played that one. It was just Fallout 3 was the first one I played. That's because it was a proper RPG game, and that's really what I was playing at the time.
I played Fallout 3
But
for the first time too.
Going back to number 1 because I was like, you know what, this is a chunk of the story I didn't actually play myself as much as I know it.
Yeah.
I made it like 10 minutes in. I'm like, this is so awkward and terrible
Yeah.
of a game phase. Like, this is something I would like to see remade and actually bring it into the action RPG style of the newer games, but it's so far removed from what Bethesda's doing, and they're so far behind. Like, they're only just getting the next gen update for 4 out now.
Yeah.
They haven't touched New Vegas because New Vegas it was a Fallout game, but they didn't make it.
Yeah, I'll
And
probably.
it was doing enough numbers that it hurt their feelings that the outside company that made a game under their property did better.
I will probably
Right.
never play New Vegas just because there's like in the Fallout community, there's purists.
Yes.
And they swear by
They
New Vegas.
swear by New
They're like,
Vegas.
oh, it's the best fucking thing.
Yeah.
Listen. Fallout 4 for me
And-
is my favorite Fallout.
and
Just,
some
it
of
looks
that is-
beautiful. I can customize I can put a fucking saw blade on the end
Yeah.
of a stick. That's what I want to do.
And some of
Like, don't tell me about the beautiful storyline in New Vegas. Go
Yeah,
fuck
yeah. I want to
yourself.
chop some shit the fuck
Yeah.
up
Like-
with a weapon that I've created from Home Depot like MacGyver.
Like, does Morrowind have the best story out of the Elder Scrolls games? Probably. Is
go-
it better than Skyrim?
go try to play
No.
Morrowind. Listen,
No.
I-
Yeah, watch your fucking character walk like this through the world with his Argonian tail.
I tried-
And then swing an axe at something 100 times. You missed. You
I
missed.
tried-
No. Fuck that game.
I tried to go back
good
to
for its time.
Oblivion
Yeah.
because I never finished. I put hundreds of hours and never finished Oblivion. I made it outside the prison, escape area, and I started running around the world. Oh my God, is it awful?
Yeah.
It's terrible for the point in time when it came out.
It was good.
It was amazing. It
We
was
loved it, yes.
groundbreaking. Now it is god awful, terrible to try to play.
the same can be said about GoldenEye 007.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I downloaded it. They rehashed it so that you don't have to do the double stick walk and look. Because when I bought an N64 just to play it, like we bought controllers, we bought beer, we bought food.
You thought this was gonna be so fun?
Single analog
Bro,
stick game.
it was so hard.
Yeah.
It was the worst, 30 minutes of remembering how to walk. We had to
played-
relearn to walk.
We played
Sucks, doesn't it?
I don't even know if we made it to 30 minutes because it was a whole thing. One person got the console, someone else had a copy of the game, someone bought multiple controllers. We all came together to play. By the end of maybe the second match, it was like, do you guys want to go play the modern version on the
It's so much
PlayStation
better.
in the other room? Because this is just not good.
So
Yeah.
it's so bad, especially if you bring out throwing knives.
Oh.
You can be standing in front of the person.
Oh, the
they can be
fucking
standing in
karate
front of you,
chops,
and
the
you're just
arm- oh my God.
throwing knives, throwing knives, throwing knives.
And they're dodging it.
Hit them. Just like
Yeah.
Morrowind. It's 30 get thrown.
The most annoying thing ever was the golden gun battles. Because all they gotta do is shoot you anywhere.
Yes.
You're dead.
Yes.
I'm like, fuck this.
Yep.
Yes. But yeah, it was better as a part of my childhood memory.
Yes.
Yes.
Than it was an actual thing to revisit.
Surprisingly,
Yeah.
something that's gotten much better because they stay updating it was 76, Fallout 76.
That's what I heard, but I'm still not getting into
I
it.
went back into it and because they've been adding new content every 3-4 months.
Yeah.
So I went back in. It's like a regular Fallout game. There's regular NPCs along with live people running around playing. People are dropping nukes on other people and shit. They're like,
Oh, God.
we're going to blow up this area and we're going to make, end game monsters is what happens when we drop a nuke. So if your base is over there and you're like, oh fuck, I'm in the middle of a mission, the nuke siren is going off. All right, I gotta get out of here.
You have
That's
death
great.
claws at the gate.
That's great
But
and annoying at the same
They
time.
they genuinely made it a really good game, but it's one of those like their games already have so much shit to do. At a certain point, I'm playing it and my mission log is so large because I'm like 5 years out of sync of where everybody else is top of how much Bethesda has in the game. I'm like, I don't have time for all of this.
That was the worst thing about playing the Minutemen in Fallout 4 is that like you'd have all these settlements that you're trying to grow.
Well, how many settlements before you realize Garvey was just giving you shit for no reason?
For no reason. And then not to mention like they can never defend themselves.
Yeah.
Something was always there's always the radio going, help, we're getting fucked up by super mutants. And you're like, how can you people not survive? Like I'm out here by myself with my dog. I'm doing okay. How the fuck are you guys not okay?
What they added to the game was it's a continual quest. So every time you go back to him, he can give you another town to go help, save, and then rebuild.
Right.
But if you don't realize that every time you go to him, there's a new town, you just have to leave him on red. Like, yeah, bitch, I saw your story. I'm not going to help them.
Right.
And then move on with the rest of the story because he just keeps giving you more towns.
That's great.
Yeah, fuck Preston Garvey. He was always annoying. All those people were annoying. Like the old lady that like if you give her drugs, she sees things, but if you give her too many fucking drugs, she dies.
Yeah.
And, like, you get like a moral thing.
Yeah,
I always OD'd that bitch. I was like, tell me the answers.
too.
Tell me the answers, Grandma. Tell me the fucking answers.
Have another fucking brownie, bitch.
Everybody hated me because grandma's laying there stroking out. But I know where my dad went or my son went. I'm like, hey,
I got good loot from that cave she said to go to.
right.
Yes, that's right.
you killed her. Fuck her.
Yeah.
She kept asking for more smack.
There'll be another one.
That's right. So I loved making bad moral compass decisions. In that
Yeah,
game.
that's what I loved about Fable.
Yeah.
Is the whole tier system of be good and people will love you. And
How
give
did
you
that
things,
stand up?
Or be evil.
I wonder if we revisited that, if it would be good.
I went to
I
replay
played
it.
Fable 2 twice.
I went to replay it recently, and because it's a download version of the game, and not even if you put the disc, it downloads it.
Yeah.
There was a couple of bugs. So I was playing with my daughter. She had one character. I had one character, and it kept cross-saving. So then you would lose your character, and it would not only be this character, but then you'd start again. And now this character got lost, and the second character. So we kept going back and forth. We're like, we're not getting anywhere because it keeps messing up the saves of the characters.
Oh, that's trash.
And
Right.
it just kept fucking up the whole game. But
Yeah.
the graphics definitely don't hold up.
No.
Like even with that weird fantasy cartoonish, that holds up a little bit, but like it just doesn't really compared to new games now.
Yeah, but playing it by yourself, it's still a fun game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played it the second time. I revisited it, ran through it. It was definitely more appealing the first time because I was able to steal a friend's entire inventory,
Yes.
cache of money and everything that he left me with.
Nice.
And then I deleted him off my Xbox 360 friends list.
Wow.
And that to me was the most satisfying part of playing that game. I was like, I got everything for free, and then he's messaging me like, "Hey man, can I get my stuff back?" And I'm like, I don't think so. I'm like, I can buy a couple of houses. I'd have money coming in. I got all this free shit. Like,
I always like being a super good guy and giving all that money to the church so you could pull that one sword out of the stone.
Yes,
I loved it. I was like, I see what you're teaching me here.
yeah. Be pious. Be pious.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But if you were
Giving
evil
thousands
enough,
of dollars to the church.
if you were evil enough, you can just do whatever the fuck you want.
There's
There's a guy that does a whole tutorial on Spiffing Brit. He did a whole fucking tutorial on how you can kill this entire town and then like buy their houses and then sell them. Like,
Yeah.
He was just breaking into people's houses and murdering them,
Yeah.
and then selling the house to some new guy. Like he made so much money in Fable, it was insane.
That's
Like, he
fucking great.
essentially became God.
I mean, you
Like, he
can't
could buy anything you
you
wanted.
can get there doing it the good way as well.
Yeah, he showed how to like really fucking fuck people by buying apples in one town and then selling them in another town. Like, he had a whole like economist thing.
He had a whole
He just did
system.
the same thing for Dragon's Dogma. He said
Yeah.
like, oh, he's like, if you buy this fruit in this one place in this very bountiful place where apples are
Yeah.
cheap, he's like, and then you go to this like desert community of beast people. He's like, but you let the fruit ripen.
Right.
So it becomes even more expensive. He's like, you sell it. He's like, you bought it for 50 over here. You can sell it for 300 over here. And I'm like, you have way too much fucking time in your hands. He's like, he's using teleport stones to mass produce. I'm like, dude, you're a fucking.
He just did one. He really, like, just a couple of days ago released on Fallout 4, where he was showing I believe it was Fallout 4, where there was a laser pointer gun you could get that doesn't do damage. But there was a mistake with it because it's off a DLC where you bring it back to the other thing and it gets attached to a rocket launcher. So instead of pointing the laser, it's shooting unlimited rockets at everything.
Always
and
good.
And it's just broken. So everywhere he's going, he's like, rocket. It's
Yeah.
just explosion. He's like, you gotta be careful not to blow yourself up, but otherwise, you're unstoppable now.
In Skyrim, he turned a dinner fork into the most powerful weapon in the game. 'Cause he abused like the restoration, alchemy, fortification thing,
Yes.
where he just constantly kept doing it repeated, and he would make stronger potions to fortify, and eventually he fortified this fork. It was a fork. Like, it would do like no damage, whatever. And he made it do like, he got it to do like, it was like 1 million fire damage or something. And then with unlimited charges. So he would like he'd walk up to a fucking dragon, a legendary dragon that would land, and he would poke it with a fork, and it would just die. It would just die. Like, he's like, nothing in this game. He'd fight the Ebony Warrior, fucking poke him.
it.
I'm like, this game is done at this point.
What game is it that we were discussing in the past where it's like they would run up on you with like just underwear and they would fucking still murder you?
Any Dark Souls game.
No, it was the recent one.
Elden Ring.
Elden Ring. Yeah.
Elden Ring, yeah.
If someone invades you and they have no
Yeah,
armor
so,
on and they're in their underwear, run.
Yeah. So.
Run, he's about to beat the living shit out of you.
Yeah, I think it's like I'll solo her or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe they added. I think they added him into the game.
Yeah,
like his
it's
character
the
as
dumb
a
mask,
thing.
right? It's like the dumb weird
Because
frog
of like
mask.
how popular he became with running around, just showing his live stream.
He would
of-
have like a big.
He has no armor.
He'd have a big.
literally
He had a club.
underwear. Yeah.
He'd have a big club, and he had this stupid frog mask on.
Yeah.
And he's in like fucking man thong, and he would just when he came at you, you're dead. You're
That's
fucking
fucking
dead.
great.
He's gonna hit you with that club and kill you,
Yeah.
and it's not. Yeah.
But you gotta love that. Like and
I've been invaded. It sucks.
and kudos. And
You're
kudos-
trying to do something, and then you're like, "Oh God, no!" You hear the music, you're like, "No." You're riding your mount, and all of a sudden your mount disappears, and you're like, "No!" And you're looking around like, "The fuck is he?" Like, and all of a sudden you see this guy like running at you in underwear with a sword. You're like, "Oh God!" And then you're running. You're like, "Oh God, no, please!"
It's over.
And you can't summon your horse, so you're like, "Fuck!" And he's gonna catch you. He has no armor on. You're like, "Ah!" It's usually better just to kill yourself.
That's genius. That's
Yeah,
genius.
it's usually better just to kill yourself and hope that
Wow. So you're promoting suicide.
in Elden Ring, yes. Rather than be beaten to death by Sir No Pants, yes.
And on that note,
Jesus.
thank you for joining us at the Sofa Kingdom podcast, where you get chased by a man in underwear with a club.
Commit ritual suicide.
Just kill yourself.
Yes. Take the Shogun way out. Sometimes you just gotta
It's just
harakiri
not
it.
gonna end pretty. It's
Yeah.
just not gonna end pretty.
Sometimes
Like,
you just gotta commit seppuku.
I have to say, if I was like, I don't know, in a Target and some man ran up to me wearing underwears with a club and a frog mask, I might kill myself.
You have to. You have to. Are you gonna let him beat you down in front of your family? No.
Be a man.
Yeah.
Do it yourself.
Do it
Yeah,
yourself.
do it yourself. Die with honor. Die with dignity.
Be a man.
Yeah. Don't lose to the man in with underwear and frog mask.
Oh man.
That's not how you wanna
because
be remembered.
That's what they will like inscribe on your tombstone.
Yeah. How did Nelson die? He was beaten to death by a man in underwear and a frog mask.
Frog mask.
Fuck.
That's
I'm not even coming to the
That's
funeral.
no way to go.